fact, as far as I recall, actually, that the presidential leadership has a great initiative to reach our exports to reach 100 billion, $100 billion. This is one of the most crucial initiatives that will lead for positive surplus, or actually surplus in our trade balance, and we are working to set our priorities in terms of imports, and we are trying to replace it with local components, actually, in all fields. And one of the positive things that we are working in a lot of sectors, like sustainable energy. The government, or the presidential leadership already opened a lot of projects that focus on the renewable energy. The infrastructure, we can realize easily that the infrastructure, there's a dramatic change in the infrastructure. Everything is coming better, and by this way, we are sending a positive signals to the investors all over the globe that we have a good environment for investments, to bring more FDI, to attract more FDI for our country. This is in addition to a lot of regulations that the government work on it to facilitate more and more to attract more FDI. Actually, those all things will lead to have a potential economy and attract more investors. And this is reflected actually by figures on our competitiveness report ranking, the global competitive report ranking. We already reached, as far as I recall, we jumped around 20 ranks to be number 84, and this is one of the most important things. All of those things actually are the main pillars to have sustainable and growing economy, and sending to the globe that we are on the right track in terms of the economic reform, in terms of our global relationship with our neighborhoods and other countries.
Yes, Dr. Mohamed Roshdy, Professor of Economics, Cairo University. Also, what are the dimensions of the global economic crisis, and how much is Egypt affected by this global economic crisis?
Actually, we faced a lot of things while we are in Egypt with the presidential leadership and the government, and all factors in our country are working closely to achieve the optimum GDP growth. Actually, we faced COVID-19 pandemic. Despite this fact, we achieved one of the highest growth rates globally, which, as far as I recall, reached to 2%. And after the fourth wave of COVID is going to be declined, what's happened? The Ukrainian and the Russian war happened. Despite this fact, we are aiming, we achieved 9% growth rate, which is the highest growth rate ever that we achieved in the millennium. Those things are the most important things that we are working on it, and making the Egyptian economy one of the few economies worldwide that still manages to achieve positive growth rate. I believe we will do it, and will be one of the booming economy globally, and will attract more FDI for our country, and will be one of the most attractive economy in Africa and Middle East, if God will.
Yes, I thank you very much for your time and for your valuable information, Dr. Mohamed Roshdy, Professor of Economics, Cairo University. Thank you very much for joining us over the phone. Well, ladies and gentlemen, a short break and I'm going to be back with you.
الواقع الاقتصادي في مصر تحدي ضخم ولازم نعترف بده ونقبله ونعالجه. اطلعوا كلموا الناس وقولوا الموقف الاقتصادي ايه. زي ما الثورة ليها ايجابيات، الثورات بيبقى ليها سلبيات على مجتمعاتها. الارهاب والفساد كانوا عاملين اضافيين في اضعاف القدرة الاقتصادية لينا. مفيش اقتصاد يبقى مفيش تعليم، يبقى مفيش صحة، يبقى مفيش بنية أساسية. نحاول نقلل الفجوة بين الموارد وبين المصروفات. كل القرارات الصعبة أنا لن أتردد ثانية إن أنا أخدها. لو هنعمل حاجة قبل ما هنعملها هنقول لكم عليها وانتوا هتقفوا جنبي. الأمانة اللي انتم حملتوهاني تجاه الوطن مش بس انتوا اللي هتحاسبوني عليها، اللي هيحاسبني عليها ربنا قبلكم ثم التاريخ. احنا كنا دولة على وشك الانهيار ووشك الضياع، والشعب كان فاقد الامل والثقه في مستقبل افضل، وكان لابد من اعاده بناء الانطباع لدى المصريين. بعد 5 سنين بفضل الله سبحانه وتعالى وبفضل شعب مصر وتضحياته احنا في موقف ووضع تاني خالص.
دائما برامج الإصلاح الاقتصادي برامج بتحتاج إلى رؤية سياسية وإرادة سياسية كبيرة وعزيمة شعب إن احنا ننفذ هذه الإجراءات.
أي حكومة لما بتتعامل مع قضايا شديدة الأهمية بتضع في الاعتبار رد الفعل. مفيش